calendar of events for the prostate cancer awareness?
Certainly. That gets kicked off Friday, September 1. And it's Let's Talk About Sex. It's a prostate cancer awareness panel discussion. So we have two urologists. They are from the St. Martin Medical Center, Dr. Ramos and Dr. Rojas. Yes, and it starts at 7 o'clock, and we're at the Government Administration Building in the
venue.
in the conference room. So we have ample parking. It should be cool and nicely air conditioned.
Nice.
We're getting all set up and prepared so that everybody. It will be an interactive session. The first part of it will basically be presentations by the doctor from the cancer warriors and survivors that you mentioned: Michael Ferrier, Mr. Van Krieken, Gordon Snow, Mr. Benjamin, and Michael Ferrier, of course. And then once that is finished, then we will have an open, an interactive discussion where members in the audience, and we are inviting, by the way, men over 40 or 40 years and older to attend this event, and that they can ask questions. Whatever it is that they need to ask, basically, they will have the opportunity to do so at that time.
How has the response been in the past? Because I think more men are coming out more to these events.
Yes, for several times. We started this campaign back in 2019 with the St. Martin Medical Center based on a request that we got from them. And since then, we've had a tremendous response and support, not only from the community with men coming out, but also from the medical community, from the St. Martin Medical Center as well, from SLS Labs as well, supporting us in terms of the testing, getting the testing done. So it has been an initiative that was seemingly well needed within our community and well received.
Okay. Electro, talk to us about the testing process. They go in, they get tested at the lab. It's basically how the breast cancer.
Yes, so actually what we started doing in 2019, we started with a registration drive with the help of Koiman and also Napa Auto Parts. Seeing that Mr. Ferrier is also a cancer survivor, they were well aware of how things would go. And Shelley and I thought, you know, we want to go to places where men frequent. So we decided we'd work with these two businesses, which were very, very happy to come aboard. And we set up with nurses, volunteers, the doctors came to the venue. They had all these registration forms, and the doctors would fill out the registration forms, help them with their names and all that stuff. And then the patients would go then to the labs and get the PSA test done. So after we did that, I think in total for the two sessions combined, we had the 300, 150, 150 or something like that.
Total.
150 total.
Okay. That was the first
yes,
one.
that was the first one, and it went very, very well. And then we had the screening at the hospital itself. So with those results, the patients came to the hospital and they saw the urologist, and then if the doctors saw that the tests needed follow-up, then they would get follow-up treatments and referrals and what have you at the St. Martin Medical Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Koiman, they were very involved. Are they still as involved this year?
Oh,
and
yes.
If not, okay, they are.
They are very much involved.
Okay. What
they
kind
were
of event are you going to be having at Koiman?
They were one of the first partners to come on board, and we will be doing something called Men's Night Out, also a collaboration with Collective Prevention Services, and we came together with Koiman, and we decided we wanted to do something that is relaxed, because something that Shelley and I have learned over all these years doing awareness campaigns together is that we have to put people to feel relaxed. And when a people relaxed, we are able to provide them with more information. They're more susceptible to understand what's going on, and they want to know more. So this is how we have used breast cancer awareness as a template for now our Man Up Checkup campaign. And Koiman has been very instrumental, always has been supportive from breast cancer days, and continues now to help us to bring this cause and awareness to the community of St. Martin, because in actuality, Valerie, this is something very serious. Like Shelley pointed out, way back in 2019, when we got that call, it was like an alarm bell.
Yeah.
You know, the medical center was asking us for help because it was something that was like, wow, this is really something rampant here on the island, and something needs to be done. So we put that up in what, two weeks?
Literally,
2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
We just got creative and we just rolled that man up, checkup campaign because we wanted something like call for action, but also a type of lingo that would make people feel like, hey, stop this kind of talk and time to man up because it's time to save your life.
Youth healthcare. Give us some insight into youth healthcare, what services are provided.
So we have several services that we do here at the youth healthcare department, mainly the baby clinic. We call it the baby wellness clinic, but in the public, everyone knows it as the baby clinic. We're here located at the Vineyard building. We also have the school program where parents get to know us via us sending them information leaflets about the vaccines that their child may need. So when you come, the first thing you do is come with the baby. So you just had your baby, you're happy, now you need some more information. So you come to us within the first 2 weeks of baby being born to set up your appointment. So when you set your appointment up, you can do it via telephone or you can come to the building itself. If you're doing it via telephone, you can call us at 542-3003 or via cell 520-4163. You can also send us a message and then we will be getting back to you on the appointment that you will get. You will visit us between the first 2 weeks and the first month. That is that we can help you get through the process because we know when you just make a baby, all of the information is coming at you at the same time. And we want to reassure you and make sure you're feeling comfortable doing what you need to do as a new mom. So when you come, you have several visits that you come and visit us for. That falls under checkups and also vaccination. We carry out the St. Martin National Immunization Program. So you can see it starts at 2 months and then it ends at 9 years. So when you come for your first checkup, we won't be giving you vaccines, but we're getting to know you and your child. So let's say if there are any medical indications or anything that happened during labor or pregnancy, we get updated on that and then we know how best to help you and your child when you come for your visits. When you come for your second month visit, there is when we start vaccines. You also get information. We do the development check and we make sure everything is going good. So throughout the visits, you'll get this different information: breastfeeding, cleaning of the mouth, dental care, speech, social behaviors, and all of that.
All right, let's break it down a little bit as it relates to the National Immunization Program. Explain that in its detailed form so that people can get a proper understanding of exactly how it works.
So it begins by us. We are the holders of all the information when it comes to your vaccines for the Dutch side of the island. So if you're coming from away or if your baby is born, you come to us for your vaccines. We're the national, you can say, department that gives vaccines. Now, the vaccines that we give are all based on childhood diseases to help prevent you from getting any one of those. One of them are mostly commonly known as polio is one of the ones that we are giving. So we treat diphtheria, tetanus, polio, measles, mumps, rubella, Hep B, and also pneumococcal vaccine we give in that program. It differs per country, but we have our schedule we give to the parents when they come in.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emil Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zaker's Gut from Petro Plus Gas Station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welcalaken Road K Hill from Welcalaken Road Roundabout until the One-Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
At the airport itself was the leaving of the commercial director. Now, the reason I bring it up in notices is because the good man left, but the airport said nothing. If it wasn't last week, Tuesday, when we had a discussion on the SOS radio station about this airport commercial director leaving, much wouldn't have been said. Remember, this is the gentleman that replaced Audrey Jack, who, by the way, is still suspended, still being paid, and now I understand they want to offer her a payout to leave. But the good lady is not leaving. I would advise her not to leave. Leave the jackass leave. Because clearly, the destruction of our local people is rampant at the airport, supported by the NA-UP government. I don't care what nobody says about that, because that's what it is. They stand by. You can use all excuses about your distancing yourself at all times. The NA-UP government is responsible for the board of directors of the holding, who instructs PGIAE how to go. So please, stop telling me you can't do nothing when you know you can, but you're a coward not to. That's a big difference. You know, I find it strange that yet again another female left the Human Resources Department after 18 years working there. These people are just leaving. They can't deal with it no more. And then, to top it off, the CEO of the airport, my little jackass, went on Facebook, Twitter, all over the place, Instagram, calling women dogs. Why? Because an MP asked for a parliamentary inquiry in the airport. But a little more later about that. But remember, sir, if women are dogs, ask yourself where you came from. In the Food for Thought editorial of the Daily Herald, unfortunately, the information was not truly correct. All the treated sewage water that is released into the fresh pond has an extremely high quality and cannot be considered sewage anymore. You know, if nobody knew where that water came from, you'd have nearly bottle it and sell it like how other bottled water is sold on this island. That high, the quality of the sewage water that has been treated is. Now, all untreated sewage, when it comes in, if the plant is defect, there are two things that can happen. Either you put it into a 500 cubic meter retention bag, or we send it through a decontamination system using UV lights, and that goes under the 88 road into the salt pond. At no point in time is that raw untreated sewage discharged into the fresh pond. I just need to clarify that because it creates the impression as if everything is thrown into the fresh pond, and that is not true. That is completely not true. But does sewage reach the fresh pond, the Belia pond, the lagoon, the salt pond? Yes, it does. Through our culverts, through our waterways, because we have a sewage problem in most of the areas that drain off into these locations. Why? Because there are so many apartments, so many houses built with inadequate sewage tanks that it's flooding all the time. I mean, Belia, Dutch Quarter, go look on the road. Where you think that water ends up? It ends up in Pont de Saline in French Quarter. So yes, we do have sewage going into the sea, unfortunate. But please let us not do as if that's the sewage plant's fault alone, because it is not. The sewage plant has approximately 17,000 connections of residents connected to it. A plant that is 35,000 strong. It can hold 35,000 people. We have about 60,000 people here, so do the math. We have about 25% connected to sewage. That's what it means, no more, no less. The rest is either in the sewage tanks by their house or in the gutter. That's how simple it is. So I just wanted to clarify that because I don't think it's correct that the sewage plant got the brunt of this one, because that's not fair. Unfortunately, it's not so. But does sewage reach into the sea? Absolutely. Absolutely. No ifs and buts about that. In Belia, it runs into the Belia pond, and the Belia pond has a little discharge on the side. So once the pond is high, it's going to discharge into the sea. Happens all the time. Some of the hotels discharge their sewage from their sewage plants into the pond. Others, when you drive alongside Phillipsburg, go up the hill, those hotels over there discharge into the sea every day. Go down Pelican, go down Oyster Pond. It happens every day.
SXM Daily News is speaking to Ms. Clara Reyes, the head of the culture department here on St. Martin. Ms. Reyes, tell us about this event and how you got involved.
Oh, well, it first started through the Department of Sport, which is celebrating 8 years of organizing their open house. Then when I joined the department in 2018, we collaborated. It became Sports and Culture Open House. And then 2022, after the whole COVID pandemic, NAGICO came involved, and it became the Health, Sport and Culture Expo. So this is the second annual year with a collaboration of 3 organizations. So government and private sector, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport, and this is the manifestation of the coming together of all of us bringing our stakeholders together on one platform to show to St. Martin all the available organizations, groups, foundations, companies that are involved offering services that offer you wellness, physical health, and mental health, you understand? So it's a full integration, holistic coming together for body, health, and mind of experience, culture, sports, and the health industry.
Culturally, what can we look forward to today?
Oh, culturally, there's a lot of stuff been happening already. We featured all the creative organizations. So dance classes, voice classes, art classes, and the art class ongoing right now. There was a poetry challenge earlier. There's hair, there's culinary arts, there's cultural tradition, there'll be a showcase. You can recruit people to join for the St. Martin Cultural Dress Wear Parade. Numerous activities culturally as well as sports.
What can we look forward to for St. Martin's Day?
Oh, St. Martin Day, this is I think the 60th or 61st anniversary, can't remember, sorry. And so that's gonna be a very big event. It's gonna be a 2-day event. So it's gonna be celebrated over Friday, November 10th, and Saturday, November 11th. We'll have the National Cultural Day Parade. So there'll be a cultural performance in the village. So it's a coming together, a multitude of things. But there's also 10-10-10, the 13th anniversary of Country St. Martin Day. And that will take place also at a big manifestation in the festival village. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. As a matter of fact, we are kicking off the Heritage Season from October 10th to November 11th. 1 month of all things heritage and culture, celebrating St. Martin cultural traditions. So from Country St. Martin Day to Unity St. Martin Day, 1 month of all things St. Martin.
SXM Daily News is speaking to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. We are talking with Miss Margaret Tewitt, who is the founder. We also have on board Dr. Emiko Bird Lake, and we also have Dr. Tasika Bell. And Dr. Bell is a family doctor, and of course Dr. Bird Lake is the cardiologist. And we're talking about the outpouring of support. Or how is the event going so far?
So far the event is going well. You know, it's very spread out, so it's a large turnout, and we're looking forward to seeing more people and test more people. We're very glad today because we were able to come out in a full force. We have all our members, most of our members here, and we're promoting the community outreach, which is Have a Heart, along with how to recognize the stroke symptoms and a heart attack.
Thank you. Dr. Bird Lake, you are the cardiologist. You see a lot of patients with heart and stroke. Talk to us about the importance of people coming out for more information.
Well, thank you. It is important for everyone to come out because this is about sports. It's about really being active and not living a sedentary lifestyle. So it's introducing many different kind of sports that you can do in order to keep your heart healthy. And together here with Dr. Bell and also Martha Tewitt and the rest of the team, we are going to measure blood pressures and give advice as well on how to make sure that your blood pressure remains at a good level, because maintaining a good blood pressure is very essential to avoid getting a cardiovascular disease, as we call it, a stroke or a heart attack.
Thank you. Dr. Bell, your patients, those that come into you, how do you deal with them, or do you refer them to Dr. Bird Lake? Talk to us about the type of patients that come into you.
So I'm a family physician, which means in primary care we see patients of all ages. High blood pressure, heart and stroke becomes more relevant as we age though. So we're talking mainly about adults. For some adults, we know that in families you have a higher risk because of a tendency and occurrence of high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, stroke, heart attack already, so that makes your risk a little higher. We're here trying to promote information, but it's information you should also be able to get from your family doctor. So if you know you have these issues in your family, go and see your doctor, get checked, get the information, come out to these kinds of events on the island and get the information you need, because these are things that can be prevented to some degree, and that's what we're here to tell you about.
you Asset V insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? Asset V is cardless. Request your My Asset V account today and enter the virtual office of Asset V. Go to assetv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
With you, the new Kentaco. A combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco. With a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow! Compatible with all types of bites. New Kentaco. Enjoy a double breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Kentaco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Opposition spokesman on national security, Senator Peter Bunting, last week predicted that Jamaica will end 2023 at close to 1,400 murders if the current rate of homicides continues. On Sunday, he again criticized the JLP for what he said is a reality where gunmen act as though they are in charge of the country.
You came, you said you had the ideas, but instead you are bankrupt of ideas. And we're tired of the excuses. We're demanding that he performs. And I tell you something else. Thank you, the comrade correct me. She said too late, film correct. I go him have to go now. Pack his bags and go. Thank you very much.
The attack on the beryllium couriers occurred shortly after 5 p.m. on Friday. Footage circulating online show men with high-powered weapons making their escape with 2 bags presumably containing cash. The incident left 5 bystanders injured. On Saturday, the police said a suspected getaway driver was apprehended.
I was in Mandeville yesterday, 6 o'clock on a Friday evening. Busy road jam, people have to go about them business to them business. All of a sudden, pure automatic rifle. When some of you must see the video clips going around, it's like why you sit on show.
Senator Bunting stressed that he was alarmed the attack took place during such a busy period.
Gunman up and down with them long rifles, like how them on the place. No, we don't say we do a bad man all the time. But first time is by night, them used to come and run. No, broad daylight, busy traffic hour.
Although all the new electric buses are imported, Barbadian businesses are still benefiting from the Transport Board's investment in upgrading its fleet.
We decided that we will do some of the work here in Barbados. So some of the cameras are being installed in Barbados. The Wi-Fi equipment is being installed in Barbados to make sure that everything was not done overseas. And we kept some business here. So once that is done, we'll be able to deploy these buses.
Randy Aline is the system manager at Protect Inc. He's tasked with installing the cameras on the buses and explains why they prove to be useful on the public service vehicles.
We have installed over 40 systems in the electric buses currently. That includes 3 cameras per bus and an MVR system. The good things are the placement of the cameras. One is to the front, which can help in viewing accidents or any collisions. One is viewing at who enter or exit the bus. And the third one sees what happens inside the bus. That way you can have more control and you can view if any incidents occur in or around the bus.
He adds that the installation of these systems will assist the Transport Board in maintaining the buses.
The MVR system gives the user the fleet management aspect of it. Transport Board now can track the vehicles, the distance they travel, which can help with maintenance and when the vehicle can be pulled on or off the road. So in aspect they could do the tire wear on the vehicles, how far they travel, the tire wear will look like. And speaking of the tire management, Transport Board now can more effectively monitor the tire usage on the tires, which will help later down the road in the inventory of the tires and which buses need changing and stuff.
The new electric buses are expected to be on the road this week. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.